Hi guys, how are you doing? So today the analysis would be a little bit different, but I would be taking you through all the process of it. So right here you can see that we're gonna start with DXY today. So in the DXY, the thing was that the prices were at this point, kind of like took the liquidity around here and made this peak formation low down there, and the prices started like going on the upside, and there was like a reaction that kind of like occurred at this point, which we can actually encounter here because the trend is on the downside. But the overall trend which we kind of like encounters, it doesn't make a difference because it's still on the bullish side. Right here you can see that this is the big range, that is a newly formed range right here, although like the prices were unable to break on this high but kind of like started reversing around here. So what we can actually see right here, which I want to like specifically point you guys out with, that we are certainly encountering the reaction in the DXY. You see right here, price went up, came back down, took the liquidity around here, pushed back up, make a small pullback around here, and then give us this move, kind of like creating a situation, although we got a reversal around here as well, but it couldn't even like reach to this low around that, and prices started reversing on the upper side, and most likely the prices will be going there on the first hand, and then after, if they continue, can reach to this point. So this is our DXY analysis, and I just want you to point out that this would be aligning with the current trade which I've taken, and I want to like show you the setup right here. That is on the Australian dollar AUDUSD. So it is kind of like a little covered up with the lines, but I want to like make it more clear for you guys, so how the setup was actually taken and what's going on. So guys, the thing is that the prices in Australian dollar, although it's in a downtrend, right, in the long run it's in the downtrend. You can see right here that price is making the swings and the prices are coming downside, right? So this is the point where the magic is happening all around here, right? This is the point where the prices are the big players, the market makers, are building up the liquidity around here, grabbing as much liquidity as much as they can. And now right here, like what actually happened is that prices formed this high, came back down, pulled back up, came back down there, and this was the high that was formed. But after like a lot of aggressive moves, you can see that this is kind of like a good weekly candle that actually formed up here, like it's a full week price action that kind of like pushed the price on the upper side like that. But after that we got a break in structure right here. The prices started moving on the downside like that. There was a break in structure, although the price are still holding around this money spot up here that actually triggered this breakout. But what ended up happening, that price kind of like started forming this reaction and went up. So this upside move that happened was based on like the data on in the US dollar that came for their unemployment. But there are much other factors that is happening in this trade war right now. So this kind of like candle actually develops, and after that develop, the thing that kind of like triggered me is that this is the order block right here that kind of like initiated this move on the downside. So as the prices reached there, and I got this kind of candle that is inverse spinning top, or you can even just say that it's kind of like creating a morning star for my expectation if the prices could have like broken down on that part. But what ended up happening, that I kind of like took this aggressive position up here, and I was actually like into this 5 minutes time frame, and the price is kind of like reverse, although I was knowing that it was an intentional risk entry from this point. But I kind of like usually wait for the second hand of the market to be developed. Like on the first hand, like usually prices doesn't go down like that, but they kind of like retest and move on the further downside. I was knowing about that, but I wanted to be an early player because I was expecting the prices to be reacting around this point and further like continuing the move. But eventually what ended up happening, that prices kind of like stopped moving on the downside, rather They took this liquidity out, and I'm still in the trade based on my stop loss. So the thing is that after coming to this point, price kind of like chopped around a little bit and went down. Secondly, I want to like show you that this is the low price of the yesterday daily's low, and this is the opening price, and I have placed my alert above here. Exactly, that is the daily high of the previous day. So the thing is that you see the price actually kind of like creating this candle that is an engulfing candle, kind of like pushing the prices on the top. Like for example, the price is open here, so it's kind of like pushing the prices on the upper side, but we started getting eventually the reaction, and which reaction I was waiting based on this break of structure right here. So seems like this could be a good move on the downside up till this level. That could be our first target, and further on the downside. Although I do believe that we might be getting some reaction out around here, that could be a logical point as well that we need to like actually keep our eyes on. That we do have this kind of like move, kind of like we see like head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder pattern as well right here. But the most probable like setup which I actually feel based on this structure and the weakness that prices are unable to form, if this is the low, this is the high, the prices should have like continued forming the structure like that in order to continue the trend like here, which happened. Or it might have formed the range right here, and then the range could have like broken out. But prices went downside right here, and what ended up happening, that prices kind of like started reacting and rejecting through this level around here. So similarly, like DXY is now trying to go on the bullish side, and in that case I personally believe that this could be a good opportunity if the prices start getting on the lower side a little bit before NFP. So dollar could get a chance to push on the upper side. And on the other hand, like if we see the other pairs all around, we can see that there's a correlation that is existing. Specifically, like yens are not following the pattern like that, but on the Swiss side, and specifically on the CAD side, we can see that they are getting, the dollar is getting stronger. So let's see, this is how actually I'm looking at the markets right now. So keep you updated, guys. Sorry for making the video a little bit longer, but it kind of like necessary. So take